Hi collective, welcome to my channel. Okay, forgot my camera's over here. Hi everyone. So good morning. This is an early morning reading that I'm doing. I just felt very inspired and I wanted to do a reading, right? Maybe my angels are helping me last night go through some DNA upgrades, activations. They know that I've been going through a lot, and I felt that I needed to do an inspirational video because, like an encouragement one, because, guys, like, you really just have to be of love and light and know that a lot of times these things happen, and, like, I'm talking about, like, relationships, right, or friendships, or even family members that put you through these situations that hurt you, that, take advantage of you and things like that. And even though I know you feel them, it's the most important thing is for you to feel the empowerment that you get after you're able to let go of that situation. After you're able to, in fact, see why that happened. Why did that happen to you? Was it a fear that you had? Was it a lesson? Was it something for you to experience to be able to now take that away from that experience to use it towards your divine life path and purpose? Right? I feel like I have to move this somewhere. I'm like going to keep just looking at my computer because sometimes my camera will just stop on me. And I'll be like recording nothing. And I hate when it does that. So, okay. So what I'm getting at is like some of you don't even realize that you were like being prepared. You needed to experience some of these things because they have to do with your divine life purpose. This is, as messed up as that may sound, like, gosh, like, I really went through some painful things, and like they broke me open. They damn sure did. But then I started thinking, well, why did that happen? And then I realized, a lot of it happened because of miscommunication, because I wasn't opening up with my emotions and feelings, because I was being vulnerable, and even though I thought I was showing love, I wasn't showing enough for my partner. And it brought me back to wounds before, where I kind of held love back a lot, and it caused problems. And then in one situation, one person, I thought, okay, I better really show my love because, like, I just had so much love, and then I was rejected. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that again. Obviously, I'm showing too much love or something, and I didn't realize that it created such a wound, right? So then I held it back for a long time, right? And then, I tried again, and I wasn't rejected. I don't know, maybe I was kind of rejected in a way, but it was because they had a lot of wounds too, and my love scared them. So it was kind of like mirroring to me what in fact okay, just a minute, baby, I'll be out in a few minutes. Okay, so now I know that it was actually mirroring to me what I was going through before, kind of that fear and holding back. And if maybe I would have seen that, it would have opened up that communication. Do you see what I mean? Like, they were using something that I had learned to overcome, but they were trying to get me to then use the second part of my insecurity. And maybe it would have allowed me to see that if I could have opened up the communication. So in fact, I missed that. And then I just started to pull my energy back again. It caused them to. It also didn't help that, I was on a corrupted twin flame journey. So it was more difficult for me because it was mirroring. We were mirroring each other. So we were doing that same type of energy. This can happen for anybody. I don't know how many situations are going to be like that, where if it's really, really intense, like, that's how you know if you're with your twin. Like, when I finally realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like arguing with myself, debating myself. Why are all of the things that are coming at me and my insecurities are theirs and all of that? But it really prepares you for where you're supposed to be. And some of you can handle it, some of you can't, some of you come into union. But this is the enlightenment that I got to, is that for twins, that one of them was extremely on the dark side and still being a dark angel and not in alignment. It's like divine cause interventions and extreme called for, like, under judgment for them to then make a decision. And some of these were tested and, you know, really worked upon, and some just chose to, like, abandon the mission. And for those, there has been changes to the contracts. There has been I don't know why I can't keep thinking of the word. It's like those divines get to basically rewrite their contract. They basically get access to their Akashic records to write how they want. You know, they can either have a past life lover come in, and Source has been working a lot on these past life lovers to awaken to get to the divine feminine's energy, to be able to come together and step in and help serve these missions. And also they get a chance at new love too. A new lover that Source is preparing at this high vibrational energy. So see, it's like, even though some of these situations may be extremely painful, like, God knows if you're doing the work. Source, divine, spirit, they know if you're doing the work, and they are going to bring you into alignment. If you are serving your divine life path and purpose and doing all this work on yourself, and, you know, part of doing the work is releasing the emotions and the feelings behind the hurt. Like, I finally seen, I was like, well, I can't stay wallowing in this energy. Obviously, I need to learn something, especially finding out that it very much was my twin. I'm like, well, yeah, you know, some of it was at his fault, but some was at mine too, you know? And, you know, if I would have foreseen that he was going through the same wounds and challenges that I was, and then I would have opened up that last part, which he struggles with too, so we have, like, no communication whatsoever. It's like our biggest barrier ever. And a lot of you, that might be what it is. Some of, like, if you're being so stubborn and you're like, well, I'm not going to reach out to my twin, they're going to reach out to me, they're feeling the exact same damn way. So you need to think, like, you guys are going to stay in no communication forever. You need to think how you are, okay? That's exactly how your twin is, right? So you need to, like, you need to stop feeling as though, you need to stop saying, like, I'm going to wait for them, but that they're waiting for you and things like that. And, you know, that's kind of a big thing there too. So, yeah, communication, you got to just have it. It gives you clarity too, and you get out of that ego, like, oh, well, you're going to reach out first. You're going to apologize. You need to stop thinking they're at fault, because you thinking that they're at fault, they think you're at fault, because you guys are mirroring each other whether you realize it or not, right? Now, that's just for twins. I don't know how many of the Twin Flame Collective. Remember, it's not everyone's, but I feel, you know, chosen ones are very much on the Twin Flame Collective. I don't know how many. I don't. So it could be all. I don't know. But if you're a chosen one, you should consider the fact you probably have a twin flame out there, okay? Because we're meant to serve these divine life missions with people, and they're so powerful and anchor the love, right? So. But like I said, divine had, like, contingency plans. They can make altercations to contracts and things like that, because some of this stuff has been so dark. Oh, God, wash my hair. It's such a mess, guys. Or brush my hair yet. Okay. So some of these things are a lot, right? Like I'll tell you guys a little bit of my story. Like, so, you know, some of these things can really determine your fate, right? Okay, like, I'm going to tell you one of my things, like, that's hard to overcome, because some of you guys, it's like, it's so hard for you to, like, to have that forgiveness, but you don't really know what people go through, but you got to relate it to yourself, too. You go through these experiences to help you have that compassion to forgive. So a lot of you, whatever you're going through, your twin went through the same thing, same type of upbringing, childhood. So you got to, you know, understand that. And it's just like, you'd be surprised, okay? So it's like, when I was younger, I was like 17, 18, like, they found out I had cancer, right? And that I wouldn't be able to have children, and I was always longing, you know, always wanted to be a mom and have children. Like, that was like my goal. Like, I knew that's what I wanted. I loved children so much. And, you know, when they had told me that, I was like, well, no, like, that's not an option, and I don't really believe in, you know, getting cut open and all this stuff. So I was going against treatment options, and I went naturally, right? I was like, you know what? I know that marijuana is meant to heal cancer. It's hidden. I just knew it, right? And when I have a feeling about something, my intuition, Ying Psyche, is stronger than ever. I'm just going to do whatever. Sorry, there's a pop-up. I'm going to go, like, for whatever, I feel. So anyways, like, I used it for, like, medical reasons, and I cured my cancer, and I was able to have 4 beautiful children. And I just always knew about the healing properties of it, right? And I healed my cancer. Well, my twin did not. Same thing. My twin had developed the same type of cancer, but in the male part. And he ended up getting to where he, the cancer progressed. He's cancer-free now, but they had to take everything where he wouldn't be able to have children. So because of that happening where he couldn't have children, that I feel created strong wounds, right? Where he wouldn't be able to heal him, overcome that wound, because that's a lot. I mean, imagine all the trauma somebody goes through to get cancer, and, not having a big support system and family, and to go through all of that, kind of on your own. And then he spent a lot of time in isolation, I feel, by himself, feeling as though his life was taken from him. I know exactly how I felt. I was like, I wanted to just die, when I felt that I wasn't going to be able to have, children and all of that. But I was so strong. I was like, no, that's why I was like, whatever. Like, I just know that this has got to heal me. Something, has to heal me or whatever. So I went down my own healing path and healed myself, and he went down the medical way and let them stop the cancer and heal himself. So so he went down the chemical path, and I feel as though our world has found ways to cure diseases and stuff, but you really don't know the psychological stuff that it does. And him going through chemotherapy and all of that, what it may have done to his mind, and I do believe it compromised and created PTSD and some other mental elements, which is, then, thwarted his growth. So he went down the dark path, and it's just been a dark angel, and didn't get to that light angel. And, it made him very much feel unlovable, along with us having our, even when he did have me in front of him, he couldn't see me for all the love that I was giving and doing, because of the wounds that were so deeply embedded, right? And even though he didn't realize that, I had 4 children, and with all toxic karmic, relationships that I had to learn to overcome, that I've been a single mom of 4 kids, that he got to step right into a family. And my youngest, my little girl, her dad, he just, he had his own medical things going on in his life, so he was just so focused on himself that he didn't feel he could be a dad. So he got to step right in, being, to father a little girl that didn't have a dad at all, or any family other than her mom, because I was all by myself. Right, so anyway, but because even having that little girl there every day, and, the other children are challenging, right, because I got 2 teenagers and stuff, so it was a lot, to take in. But it was like he didn't realize that even though he'd went through all of that heartache and all of that, things were still turning around to bless him in the end. And but he just couldn't heal, and he went down self-destructive paths when he felt as though, because of our communication barrier, that it was going to, that he wasn't going to have love, and he was going to lose everything. So then he decided to take things to extreme and compromise the contract. There's only so much that can be done in Divine's eyes against a light worker, against a chosen one, and especially when a twin goes against the chosen one. It's there's some things that just that are against the spiritual laws that can't be done, right? So I My contract was out of my hands, so it's been definitely altered, right? So I'm feeling to explain my story because I'm told I need to do that. And for those of you, this is definitely not going to be everybody's story. This is my story, but you might have something going on like that. You might, this might inspire you in some way. Maybe for you, it'll get you to foresee that maybe, you can relate more with your twin and you can come up with something forgivable or overcome that barrier or fix what you have before it's too late, before they go down a path and do something that can't be fixed, like anything having to do with black magic, spell work, against the spiritual laws, because see, being a light worker, you have a lot of special gifts and abilities, and we have access to connect with spirit, and more than most, right? We have all these abilities to do that. And see, when you're in the dark side and you're playing with the other energy, the other side, you have to be blocked off. Like the devil has had access to me while being in this connection, and it's compromised me and blocked me from my mission and purpose. So ultimately I had to overcome and go through a lot more of a spiritual battle, and more than I was ever supposed to. So Source intervened, and I'm now protected from that dark energy, right? So yeah, that's why I felt to explain some of my story. So guys, don't lose your faith, your hope, but know that some contracts, this is coming in Libra season, the planetary alignments, all of that were a big factor. So they see everything that's going on behind the scenes, right? So you need to know, take it all as learning lessons, right? Because we're here healing this world. That's what this is about. And don't lose your faith that even people that do these traumatic things to you, it's because they're in fact going through trauma, and to send them healing, right? To send them, love and light and healing, because that's what they need, right? But that's why I said not all of these twin flames, are meant to always be in divine union. Sometimes the contracts have to be altered. They're about these journeys and about healing this world, and that's what the reason behind a true twin flame is. Maybe some of you are guided to this thing, and these beautiful romantic love stories, but you have no idea how much trauma, in fact, we're here healing and clearing out, but we're saving this world from the inside out, right? All right, guys. Well, that's what I had for you. I'm going to be doing some readings later. If you guys feel guided to checking them out, you definitely should. All right, guys. Love and light to you. Bye.